Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. I'm doing a full face of L'Oreal makeup today. I bought a bunch of stuff to do a full face start to finish. I have purchased some products that have been very popular, bestsellers, products that have gone viral, and a lot of them I haven't even tried ever. So we're gonna try all these products today and we're gonna create a look. So if that sounds good, then continue watching. The start of my look is gonna be the complexion. So we're gonna work on primer first, and I'm gonna use the 24-hour Pore Minimizing Prime Lab Primer. This was actually a free gift with purchase for placing an order online with Ulta. It came with this and a couple travel size mascaras, and this has 1% AHA, LHA, BHA complex. So those are all different types of acids for clearing out pores, for giving the skin a glow and getting rid of dead skin cells. So I like the fact that this has a skincare benefit to it. So we're going to apply some of this. And I'm going to focus mostly on the areas that I have larger pores, the areas that I want to kind of minimize. So right in through here, over the nose where I do produce oil, the center of the forehead. And I'm just using my brush just to keep my hands clean, but you can use your fingers, which I did the last time I tried this. And it actually works well. It has a nice kind of soft, silky feel to it. And then whatever's left, I'm just gonna go through the rest of my face. I don't necessarily need to have primer. That's kind of an optional step for a lot of people. Not everybody uses primer, but I'm just gonna use it just to help control oil in the areas that are more troublesome for me. And just by looking at my skin, I can see that it is instantly mattified, and I like the way it kind of smooths over the skin. You can still see pores if you get really close, but at a normal distance, you can't. So I feel like it does help minimize the look of pores. The only thing that I don't like that it's a drawback is that there is a scent, somewhat of a florally kind of scent, so there might be some fragrance in this. Just something to note if you are curious about this primer. I do get a scent that is, to me, very floral. Moving on to the complexion product. I have two different types of products. I wasn't sure with looking at it in store or purchasing online. It can be hard, so I'm playing it safe and I bought two different products. The first one is the True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum in 2-3 Light, which honestly, looking at it in person, it is kind of dark. And I am glad that I bought the True Match Foundation. This is the Super Blendable Foundation in the shade N0.5 Light Neutral. So what I think I'm going to do is just mix these two onto my makeup palette and apply it. I have used this once before with a powder from L'Oreal and made it work just to kind of test out the color. It is dark on its own, but it's something that's doable if I kind of lighten it like I will today. I feel like this adds a little bit of glow. It's kind of hard to tell with these lights, but there is a bit of a sheen to this. You may have already seen this. You may be using it, own it, love it, hate it. I have not shown this on camera, and this will be my second time using it. So let's just go ahead and mix these two together and start applying. Okay, so here we go. I've got my mixture on. Let's do, okay. I feel like that's gonna work. So I'm gonna just blend this in. I'm using a NYX Professional Makeup Brush. It's the Can't Stop Won't Stop Foundation Brush. For concealer today, I'm going to use the True Match Radiant Serum Concealer in the shade N2 Light. This has 1.5% hyaluronic acid and caffeine. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I like this applicator. It's different. It's almost like a flat kind of shape to it, which is so different than most doe foots that you find on the market right now, and I like the way it looks. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. So I've used this concealer once before and I do really like it. I still feel the same today using it again for the second time. It's smooth, it's easy to blend, doesn't kind of sit in weird in the fine lines of the under eye area, and I actually like the fact that it has skincare benefits, so I do really like this concealer. I'm going to take what's left on the end of my sponge and I'm just going to go over my eyelids because I do not have a primer. I don't think L'Oreal makes an eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to use a little bit of this to cancel out any discoloration, any kind of veiny look to my lids. I also have this product here that I picked up from L'Oreal. This is the True Match Lumi Glotion. I have used this once before just to kind of highlight my skin, just to see the color. I picked up Medium Glow 903. This was something that I bought with the intention of mixing into the foundation, the serum, but this is already too dark, and if I were to add this, which has a little bit of color to it to kind of amp up my complexion, I would be way too dark. My face would not match my neck and my body. So I'm going to reserve this for a different video. I should have maybe added this to this liquid foundation and used that, but I was really curious about the serum and I wanted to try it again just to kind of see what the buzz is about, because these are very much viral products. So I wanted to try them out and see why everyone loves them and maybe love them too myself. So stay tuned. I will kind of let you guys know what I feel about this product, but it's very glowy. It's really pretty, and they do have a couple of shades, which is great. Covers a lot of different skin tones, and it's a great multi-purpose product. So I wanted to kind of shout this out real quick in the video today to let you know that I do have that, and I'm going to continue playing with that with other foundations and in future drugstore videos. I'm going to work on my brows now with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I picked up the shade Brunette, and I like how it has a nice spoolie to comb through the brows. It has a nice sort of triangular tip, which reminds me a lot of like my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in my brows like I normally do. Brows are filled and set. I did plug in a brow gel. I didn't see one that was clear from L'Oreal. I could have easily overlooked that. L'Oreal's a big section at most Walmarts, Targets, even at Ulta. They take up a huge selection, so they have so much to look at. So I will look into that for future videos, but what I ended up using was the NYX Clear Brow Glue. Mine looks tinted because I've had it for such a long time, and I really like this. I'm going in with a few of the Infallible products. I'm going to first start with the powder foundation, and I'm going to use very minimal amount of this just to set my face to remove any sort of tacky feel from those foundation products. This is the Full Matte Coverage Waterproof Powder, and I picked up the shade 10 Porcelain, which has a little bit more yellow to it than I thought, now looking at it under these lights here in the studio. But it's okay, we're going to just lightly use this as a setting powder. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. complexion brush. This is so old, you guys, but it is a very good brush from e.l.f. And I do like it, and it's held up. I've had this for like 7 years, and it is great. So I'm going to take just a teensy amount. You can see the amount of powder. And I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm just going to lightly set the face. I'm going to use some bronzer next. This is the Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer in the light shade, and I'm going to continue using my e.l.f. brush. And I'm going to just start warming up my complexion, adding some life back into the skin. I'm going to add some blush now, and I'm using one of the Infallible Fresh Wear blushes in the shade Confident Pink. I have two shades, this pink one and a more coral shade. This is actually really beautiful, and I've used this so much lately, and it's actually a great blush. I've had this for so long in my collection. The first time I used it, I went in too heavy. These are very pigmented, so you need just a little bit. I'm going to tap off the excess, dust off my brush onto a paper towel, and I'm going to just lightly tap and build this up slowly. The first time I used this, I looked like a clown, and I put it away, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. This is too much, because I can go overboard with blush very easily. I circled back around to my drugstore products, organizing my drawers, and I decided to try it, and I love this formula. I love this blush. They have a couple of shades to choose from, and I love the fact that it's matte. I'm taking some of the bronzer into my crease with a big fluffy brush. This is from Morphe, this brush, and I just want a little bit of color just to define my crease area, bring some dimension to my eye shape, because I didn't see any L'Oreal eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if they still make their singles that had like a little plastic little cap that you have to keep in so they didn't dry. It was almost like pressed pigments. I used some of those many years ago, and they did not have those at Ulta, or unless I overlooked it. But I have to check that out next time. So I'm just going to use my bronzer first. But did you know that they actually have liquid eyeshadows? Brilliant Eyes Liquid Shadow. Picked this up from Ulta. I didn't know this. And P.S. and by the way, L'Oreal just launched some new cream eyeshadow sticks, and I did pre-order some of those through Ulta. The liquid shadow that I picked up is in the shade 440 Amber Sparkle. Then it has a doe foot applicator that's kind of like a paddle shape. So this is what that color looks like. I feel like it's a lot less intense with a brush. And as I'm blending and softening the edges so it kind of blends into the bronzer that I have on, I'm losing a little bit of the intensity. I still have that golden sparkle, but it looks a little bit more gold with a hint of like an antique gold tone to it. It's not as bronzy and as deep in tone as I thought it was. Just by looking at the tube, I felt like it was a little bit darker, of course, in the tube than when it's applied. But I am using a brush, so I'm diffusing the finish of it and softening that tone. But if you build it up, it can be quite intense. So you can see that layering this up, it does become a little bit more foiled and metallic. Just to add a little bit of definition to my lower lashes, I'm going to take that bronzer and use a pencil brush to add a little bit of color just to make this a little bit more of a well-rounded eye look for the day. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and dip into a little bit of that liquid shadow with the same brush and just do a little hint right over the bronzer. I want to finish the look with some eyeliner mascara. I picked up one of their liquid liners. This is the Flash Cat Eye. It has a tool that you can use as a guide for doing a wing. I'm not big on wings. I've tried them in the past. I just don't have the best skill. So I'm just going to go straight in and do a thin line, just like I normally do. And this is in the black shade. Wow, I was not prepared for the level of intensity that this liner was going to give. It is a really good liner. It's very rich, it's very dark, and the ink flows really nicely as you're gliding this across the lash line. It is so intense. I felt like I stopped breathing for a moment. I held my breath because this is just, it's kind of like full force straight on. As soon as you put the applicator down on the lash line, the ink starts flowing, and I like it. It's matte and it's rich and it's dark, but for every day, this is pretty intense. I do like it. I do like the dark black eyeliner. And of course, we have to finish everything off with mascara. So I picked up the newest mascara launch from L'Oreal. It's the Panorama Mascara. I'm excited to try this because I absolutely love the Telescopic lift. Now, my tube is currently in an empties bin, but this mascara right here is absolutely incredible. It's drama, it's length, it's volume, it's thickness, it's rich and dark black. I always go for the darkest black shade that is offered in a line of mascaras, and I adore this. I would 100% recommend this and repurchase it, but my curiosity got the best of me when I was at Target, so I picked this one up and I thought, you know what, it's a nice flashy gold tube. It's caught my attention. We're going for it. And here is the applicator in case you haven't seen it. It's a little bit smaller on the tip and it gets a little bit wider towards the base of the wand. While the mascara dries, I'm going to move on to my lips. But quickly on the mascara, I do feel like it does clump up my lashes, and I do like how it's giving me some length. But because the formula is so wet, and it could be because it's brand new, this was the first time using it, it kind of started giving me a more clumpy look. And I think I still prefer the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift over this mascara, but that one did grow on me and I ended up really loving it. At first, I kind of had the same feeling as I do with the Panorama. So I am very optimistic of this mascara. I think it's going to be fine, but I think it just needs to hang out for a little bit in my drawer with the rest of my mascaras, and I think with time it's going to get better. Now for the lip combo. I'm starting off with a lip liner. This is the color Riche lip liner. These are actually anti-feathering lip liners. They're meant to stay on and not feather and bleed out into the lip lines or outside of the actual natural lip line, which is great. I picked up one shade, All Naturale. I've used this a couple of times and I really love this formula. And again, I'm kicking myself because this has been on the market for years and I haven't even used it. I haven't even stopped to think twice about it, walked past it probably a million times. This is phenomenal. This is the lip liner lined, and I filled in almost entirely my lip with this. Do you see how pretty this color is? It's a nice kind of natural rose shade with a little bit of depth to it, so it's not quite too nude and too light, but it's not too dark. I think it's just right. I have two of their lip products, and both of these have been out for a very long time, and of course, in true Lexi fashion, I haven't even tried them. I have a lip balm or tinted lip balm. These are the Glow Paradise tinted lip balms in the shade 130 Nude Heaven, and the gloss. I don't know the actual name, the full name, it's not written on here. The color though is number 30 Pristine Pink. So it's really pretty to wear on its own with this lip liner, which I have done before, and maybe I'll show you that look. And then I also have used this tinted lip balm, and it's actually really creamy, very comfortable. I love the formula. I just feel like I need to buy more of these. I'm going to take the Glow Paradise lip product. I'm going to use that on my bottom lip to show you this product over the lip liner. And it's so soft and so creamy. Here's the applicator for the gloss. It's different. It's got a different shape to it. There's two small holes that kind of hold the product in the center of the doe foot. And let me show you this on my top lip right over the lip liner. And I'm going to just kind of pat it because I don't want to get my applicator dirty with the lip liner. So my top lip is the lip gloss and the liner, and the bottom is the liner with the Glow Paradise Tinted Lip Balm lipstick product. I don't know the exact name, but they will be listed and linked for you down below, but they're kind of very similar. The gloss is kind of like a milky, soft pink shade. Over the lip liner, you can't really see too much of this color. I think it just adds a nice kind of gloss and a nice finish to the lips, and so I'm going to just mix the two together. And this is the completed look. What do you guys think? I actually really enjoyed doing this video, trying these products out, and honestly, there are some products that I would most definitely continue using, and I feel like I've been sleeping on this brand for far too long. I have been so pleased with everything in this video. I don't think that there's one product that I can tell you right now that I wouldn't even use or recommend. Like, these are all pretty good products, and I am just like, honestly, I'm blown away. It's a big wow moment for me that I've walked past this brand so many times at local stores whenever I go to Target, Walmart, CVS, wherever that sells drugstore makeup, and I just kind of walk past it and I don't even take a moment to stop and look at what they have, and I realize this is a really great brand at the drugstore, guys. I know that they're a little bit more pricey. They're one of the more expensive brands, but I do think that the quality so far from trying these formulas seems to be a lot better and so much more of an improvement than what drugstore makeup used to be. I do think that they are absolutely worth investing in. These products, these formulas. They honestly do perform like some of my high-end products, which again blows me away, you guys. And you probably are watching this video thinking, oh my God, Lexi, where have you been? You've been under a rock. L'Oreal is the brand. I love their products. Like, get with it, girl. I'm here for it. I'm getting on this drugstore train, and I am having so much fun trying these products out from the drugstore, expanding my collection of products, and having so many options to choose from to give you guys better videos, better looks, and just using products that are much more affordable, easily accessible, and this brand did not disappoint. So let me know what you think of these videos. I have so many more one brand tutorials coming up. I've got some regular drugstore brand videos with just a mix of different brands. I've got Maybelline coming up. We've got L'Oreal already checked off the list. We've got Revlon coming up, Physicians Formula. Subscribe. You don't want to miss these videos. I'm creating so many more drugstore content for you guys, and I hope that you will enjoy those videos. Let me know your favorite products from the drugstore, favorite brands. If you love L'Oreal, what's your favorite? I'm all ears. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate you so much for spending some of your day here with me. I had so much fun hanging out with you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's always here on the screen. We can chat there, be friends. You get notified when new content is uploaded. You're the first to know there on Instagram. And hit the notification bell so you get notified when those new videos come up. I hope you're doing well. Take care, you guys, and we'll talk very soon. Bye-bye.